Hi everyone and welcome to Studio Sandvik. Here are our headlines for today.
CEO Stefan Widing comments on the interim report.
An industry-first recycling certification at the Svedala foundry.
A new bolter miner is the next step towards automation.
And discussing cybersecurity with our guest Monica Kullberg. To kick things off, we have some good news from the mining business where Sandvik received several major orders. The largest one is valued at 450 million Swedish kronor and includes loaders, trucks and drill rigs to the Khoemacau copper mine in Botswana. Zimplats is the largest platinum producer in Zimbabwe, and Sandvik will deliver mining equipment to their Ngesi mines at a value of 280 million Swedish kronor.
In October, Sandvik hosted a first-of-its-kind intelligent manufacturing hackathon across 6 global tech centers. Around 200 software engineers and experts spent a day building prototypes that use AI to make our manufacturing software more intuitive and efficient for users.
A total of 6 Sandvik software brands were represented at EMO, the world's leading trade fair for production technology. The show took place this September in Hanover, Germany, where the brands showcased their latest innovations.
More machining news. Sandvik Coromant hosted Tech Days in Katowice in Poland in September, where nearly 300 customers, partners and yellow coat experts explored the latest in machining and production technology. Sandvik Coromant, together with the software brand Vericut and Sandvik company ProMicron, showcased a total offer approach.
October is the cybersecurity month, and Sandvik is doing quite a bit of work in this area. We have the pleasure of welcoming Monica Kullberg to the studio.
Hi Monica, nice to have you here.
Thank you.
You're a cybersecurity expert and a psychologist and working now here at Sandvik with our cybersecurity. Why is it so critical?
It's because cybersecurity protects the very foundation of our digital lives. Our data, our systems, and also our trust in our data and our systems. And we all use these digital tools every day for innovation, collaboration, creating products and to deliver our products. So it's vital that we can protect them. And that means that cybersecurity it's a lot more than just an IT issue. It's an enabler for every part of our business.
And what would you say are the most important parts in the digital defense?
It's the balance between 3 things. It's people, process, and technology. And with people, it's everyone in the company, you, me, and everyone else. We are the drivers of the everyday security. When we see risks, when we talk about risks, when we take thoughtful decisions in our work, we increase the security. And as people, we normally need something to hold on to so that we can work systematically across the board. And that's where the processes come in and help us to do that. And lastly, we have technology, and technology gives us the capacity to detect, prevent, and to respond to threats. And when we have these 3 working together, you get a quite powerful defense.
And can you give some concrete cybersecurity tips to me as an employee?
Absolutely, Edward. I would say, firstly, think before you act, especially when it comes to clicking on links or attachments in emails. And if you feel that something is a bit off, trust your instinct on that. And if you see something that is suspicious, do report it. You don't have to be super sure about it, but just speak up. Because the faster we can respond to a threat, the better we can protect everyone. And then lastly, I would say, stay informed, do your trainings, because that gives you the possibility to stay on top on what you can do in order to keep yourself and everyone else safer.
Some good tips. Thank you so much, Monica, for coming here today.
Thank you.
At the rock processing foundry in Svedala, Sweden, worn-out crusher parts like mantles and concaves are recycled into new ones in a circular process. This reduces the need for virgin material, lowers CO2 emissions, and minimizes waste. And Sandvik is the first in the industry to achieve a circularity certification for key crushing components.
And now, over to the big event of today, the release of Sandvik's interim report for the third quarter of the year. Let's listen in to our CEO, Stefan Widing, talking about the report.
Hi Stefan, welcome.
Thank you.
Safety first, as always in Sandvik. Can you talk about the progress during the quarter?
We had a good progress in the third quarter. Actually, both total recordables and lost time were at all-time lows. So total recordables were down to 2.4, while lost time were down to 1. Both of these obviously year-over-year improvements, and as I said, all-time low figures. So we should be really happy with the progress we have made. And it's the second quarter in a row where we see really, really good progress. At the same time, we know this is an area where we always need to continue to focus. If we lose focus, we tend to go backwards again. So really good performance, well done to everyone that works with this. But please continue to stay focused.
Indeed. Q3 report was published today, and one of the things you highlight was how Sandvik is leveraging on the digital platform. Please extend on that.
Yeah, I mean, we have invested quite a lot in the past years, both organically and through acquisitions into our digital platforms. We have expanded our position in our customers' value chain. And today this is part of the offering we bring to our customers to make them even more efficient, productive, and in case of mining also safer. So of course it's satisfying to see that it's also giving good results. And what we highlight in this quarter is that both in mining and in intelligent manufacturing we see double-digit organic growth in the quarter. So that's something we want to highlight.
Indeed, strong momentum, which we also noted in the mining business with the continued strong order intake. Machining and intelligent manufacturing reported high single-digit order intake growth. Mm-hmm. Still, you talk about a muted industrial cycle. Could you sort it out a bit?
Yes, of course. But if we look at the industrial cycle, we see leading indicators such as PMI now hovering around 50, which is sort of the borderline towards growth, which is positive. It's been coming from below into that territory. We also see good momentum in certain segments, aerospace in particular, but also smaller important segments like defense, medical and consumer electronics. We also see certain markets like North America, China, India, where we see good growth. But on the other hand, we also continue to see sort of a subdued development in Europe. We see a weak automotive. General engineering has moved from negative to stable, you could say, but still not sort of picking up from a growth point of view. So it is a mixed picture, and if we bring everything together, there are many positive signs and bright spots, but overall we still believe the industrial cycle is muted. Then of course we deliver good growth in the quarter. That's driven by partly low compares, some pricing, but also strong growth in, for example, powder solutions and our software business. So altogether it's a positive development year over year in the quarter, but we still don't really see that pickup in the industrial cycle that we are all waiting for.
And finally, are you pleased with the operating profit margin of 19% in the quarter?
We think it's a good margin in the quarter given the circumstances. We are not satisfied. We will be satisfied when we are at the 20% plus margin. That is our target. But if we look in the quarter, we have good leverage on the volume growth that we see in the quarter. We are very happy to see that we continue to fully offset and mitigate the tariff impact and also general the cost inflation impact. But we have a significant currency headwind in the quarter, over 1 percentage point on the margin. So even though we offset a lot of that, we do not fully mitigate it, and that's while we still believe the margin is good in the quarter.
Thank you, Stefan.
Thank you.
Good summary. Recently, we launched the new Let's Talk concept, and in the first session, all employees were invited to ask Stefan Widing any question they had on their mind. This brought some new perspectives on our CEO.
First thing I can remember, I was probably 6 or 7 years old. Then my dream job was, I lived in an apartment block, and you always had these guys coming and cutting the grass and trimming the bushes, and they had machines. And then as I grew older, it was bigger machines like an excavator operator. And then when I was sort of a younger teenager, a fighter pilot. But then I came to my senses and I wanted to become an engineer. I think you should, early in the career, take opportunities to learn new things and do things you enjoy, because then you will do it in a good way. I think when you're coming a little bit higher up, it's also important to deliver, perform, and for a while where you are. Then when you come even higher up, and if you want to aim for being a CEO, I think, unfortunately, then I have to refer to timing and luck as well.
Nice, getting to see some new sides of Stefan.
Yeah, very much so. Now, over to Indonesia for some more news. Sandvik brand Walter welcomed 160 customers to a roadshow in Cikarang, where new solutions and technologies were presented. The Walter team was dressed in traditional Indonesian costumes, which was highly appreciated by the customers.
Sandvik is introducing a next-generation bolter mining for long-wall mining, the Sandvik MB672. The miner includes innovative solutions designed to automate the bolting process, which is a development that will enhance safety as well as efficiency.
So Paulina, do you remember the smash-proof guitar, Loader in a Glass Labyrinth, the Impossible Statue, and more?
Vividly so, I would say.
These are all examples of Sandvik branding campaigns that we launched in the last couple of years. And now it is time for the next one, because in October we will launch something new. And we've been able to get our hands on a small sneak peek for you today.
That was exciting and brief, but there is lots more to come, so make sure you don't miss out on the big launch on October 27th.
Yes, we can't emphasize that enough. But that was all we had prepared for you today. But we hope to see you again in December for the next show.
See you. Bye.